cold, but it feels warm in some places. I think I can actually see some mist and stuff rising. I don't know if I can capture it before the lights and stuff die. And what did I read today? Apparently, this first one I read was people fearing, I guess, potential drone swarms, and I guess with small drones as well. This one says, Congress directs investigation into drone swarm threat. Congress wants the US military to find a better way to fight against the use of drones on the battlefield. Specifically, lawmakers think the Department of Defense needs to pay more attention to the threat posed by so-called swarm of cheap, commercially available drones and develop technologies to counter them. They say it could be used by Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and non-state groups to endanger US military facilities. While individual drones are typically remotely piloted by a human operator, swarms concepts features dozens of small aircraft flown and controlled by artificial intelligence with minimal input from a human overseer. I know I read stories of, for example, supposedly people were using things like, I don't know, microwave radiation or something like that to roast everything from the sky, but it makes me wonder, how would you actually just affect the core drone and not everything in sight? It says such platforms are typically too small and slow moving to be countered by traditional air defense systems. The concept of massing a large number of small, difficult to kill drones holds particular appeal to military planners. So will they be able to find some kind of solution? At the same time, will it create more fear for every single type of drone, like a quote small one? Which makes you think, because ultimately it is just a tool like everything else. And in reading this one, apparently there was a medical drone being tested before and for some reason it crashed. It says here, probe after medical drone plummets 50 meters from sky near Scots Hospital. The drone was undergoing a demonstration flight at Arran War Memorial Hospital on the island of Arran on May 6 this year as part of a project to develop the UK's first medical drone network in Scotland. The K-List project, which launched in December 2020, will see drones used to transport essential medicines, blood, organs, and other medical supplies throughout Scotland. And for whatever reason, this drone fell out of the sky, and it says the incident has come to light following a newly published report by the Air Accidents Investigation Branch, which investigates civil aircraft accidents and serious incidents within the United Kingdom. So what happened? It just says here it was hovering between 50 to 65 meters when all of a sudden it says they heard an emanating sound from it, and then all of a sudden it started spiraling downwards. I guess that's a common thing you've seen for people who've had drones that crashed and all that. Now, according to this too, it says here on the report, a fatigue failure of a blade attachment bolt caused by one of the lift propeller blades to detach in flight. So a propeller flew off of this thing? After the accident, an examination of the drone found that a blade of one of the lift propellers had detached from its hub in flight after the nut and bolt which held the blade in position failed near the interface of the plane shank and threaded portion of the bolt. And because of that, I guess it says the manufacturer is re-looking at this, investigating it to see what they could improve per se, but I guess that kind of shows in terms of things like accidents and danger and all that. You can prepare all you want, it's going to happen. It's more about what are you gonna do about it per se. Although that doesn't change some people's mind, like just reading the comments, which I find are fascinating. Like some people, regardless, like with this, they'll say, nope, ban them all. Like this guy here writes what? One of these days, a drone is going to cause death and carnage, which will perhaps waken people up to the dangers of them. And then some people say, for example, that argument, it is true. You have things flying in the air all the time. Airplanes, for example, helicopters, there's accidents. And then this guy said, the same can be said of any aircraft. Should we ground them all? And then some people here would have some kind of remarks about that saying, according to Macmillan and Gallagher, we probably should. No progress here, please. I mean, like I say, usually it comes down to consistency in life is what I look at anyway, so how can you say you allow this and that, which is perfectly fine? I mean, there's airplanes that fly over people's heads every single day around here. I don't see people saying, for example, get rid of them all because there is a chance it'll crash and all that. It has happened before where people had deadly accidents, correct? So it's just kind of interesting how people have like a double standard in that sense. Alright, see you guys later.